Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches: Detroit Tigers vs Chicago Cubs, Boston Red Sox vs Los Angeles Angels, Toronto Blue Jays vs Philadelphia Phillies, and Milwaukee Brewers vs Atlanta Braves, which are happening on Friday, May 14, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out my Patreon in the link down below. My new Patreon is a way for me to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours and hours of your time searching the internet for some fake betting predictions and losing your money because of it. Join High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advices instantly. Now I am going to start off by talking about Detroit Tigers vs Chicago Cubs match. If you thought the sound of nails running down a chalkboard was excruciating, try being a Cubs fan and watching the team repeatedly blow opportunities with runners in scoring position. The offensive struggles for the Cubs have been backbreaking. Look no further than their 2-game series with the Cleveland Indians this week. They were 1-15 with RISP on Wednesday in a 2-1 loss that went into extra innings. That game followed an opener when they were 1-12 with RISP against the Indians. The Cubs are clearly crashing and burning when there are legitimate opportunities to be had. Jock Peterson and Ildemaro Vargas each had a double, with Peterson going 3 for 5 at the dish along with Chicago's lone RBI, while Wilson Contreras went 4 for 5 at the plate, and Javier Baez added a base hit as well to cap off the Cubs' offense as a team in the winning effort. Zach Davis gave up 1 run on 6 hits with 4 strikeouts over 5.1 innings of work in the start, not factoring in the decision. Keegan Thompson ended up with a loss, falling to 1-1 on the year as a result. Jake Arrieta will start here and is 3-3 with a 4.31 ERA and 28 strikeouts this season. In his career, Arrieta is 2-1 with a 3.91 ERA and 18 strikeouts against Detroit. You could cut the confidence with a knife, as the Tigers pitcher chopped it up with the media after earning his 2nd win of the season. 1 earned run, 6 hits and 7 strikeouts in 6.1 innings of work. Maybe the Tigers really are a good team this year, but I'm going to need to see them show it against better defensive teams. Both the Twins and Royals rank among the league's worst run-scoring defenses. So it wasn't that shocking to see the Tigers get their bats going in those games. My betting advice for that game is to pick Chicago Cubs. Los Angeles needs help on the mound, as the Angels have the worst team ERA in all of baseball at 5.23. The Los Angeles team whip is 1.47, which is 29th, and opposing hitters are average .251 at the plate against Angels pitching, which is 26th. Andrew Heaney is leading Los Angeles in strikeouts with 49. Hitting the nod on the mound for Los Angeles on Friday will be Griffin Canning. This season, Canning is 3-2 with a 5.19 ERA and 30 strikeouts. Canning's last 2 outings have been strong, as the right-hander has allowed 2 earned runs on 9 hits over 11 innings pitched. The Angels are sending out Griffin Canning. Over his 26.0 innings of work so far this year, Canning has 26 hits, 16 runs, 15 earned, 6 homers allowed, 10 walks, 30 strikeouts, and a 5.19 ERA overall. Over on the Red Sox side, they had some trouble with the Astros this week. Boston lost 3-2 on Tuesday and 4-1 on Wednesday. In the Thursday game, the Sox secured an 8-1 victory with 6 runs in the first 2 innings. Starter Garrett Richards went 6.0 innings with 5 hits and no earned. For the Friday starting pitcher job, the Red Sox are sending out Nick Pivetta. So far this year, over his 36.2 innings of work, Pivetta has 24 hits, 13 earned runs, 2 homers allowed, 22 walks, and 35 Ks on a 3.19 ERA. The Red Sox have the third best team batting average at .258, the second best slugging percentage at .431, the sixth best on-base percentage at .323, which has resulted in the most runs scored in baseball with 191. The stats leader for Boston is J.D. Martinez's with team highs in home runs with 10 and RBIs with 32. Xander Bogaerts has a team high 46 hits and a team best .333 batting average. Red Sox pitching has held its own as Boston has a team ERA of 3.94, which is 14th in the majors. Boston's team whip is 1.29, which is 20th in baseball, and opposing hitters are averaging .243 at the plate against Red Sox pitching, which is 19th in baseball. Eduardo Rodriguez has a team-high 42 strikeouts and leads the Red Sox in wins with 5. Getting the nod on Friday for Boston will be Nick Pivetta. This season Pivetta is 5-0 with a 3.19 ERA and 35 strikeouts. Despite their struggles over the past couple of games, Canning has won consecutive starts, posting just one earned in his last 11.0 innings during that span. In his last start versus the Dodgers, Canning went 5.2 innings with a 1 run on 6 hits. My first betting advice for that game is to pick Los Angeles Angels. Los Angeles managed a nice 5-4 win over the Astros in the Monday game, but then lost 5-1 Tuesday and 9-1 Wednesday to drop the series. Angels starting pitcher Andrew Heaney went 5.1 innings Wednesday with 9 hits, 5 earned runs and 5 strikeouts. My second betting advice for that game is to pick over. While the Phillies have been one of the best teams in baseball recently during their midweek series, it's been the weekend series that have seemed to trip them up. With the Mets surging, Philadelphia may be starting to feel the heat slightly to keep pace, and they'll need their offense clicking against the Jays on the road. It's surprising that the Phillies have 3 different offensive leaders across the 3 major offensive categories, and Bryce Harper isn't one of them. Harper is still having a great season, hitting .306 with 7 home runs and 11 RBI. It shows the depth of Philadelphia's offense after all the years that they're getting support from a vast array of players. Slugger Rhys Hoskins leads in home runs with 8, while Didi Gregorius leads in RBI with an astonishing 22, and the veteran backstop, JT Realmuto, leads with a .314 average. The Phillies will send out Vince Velasquez. Over his 23.2 innings so far this year, Velasquez has 19 hits, 11 earned runs, 6 homers allowed, 16 walks, 30 strikeouts and a 4.18 ERA overall. Over on the Blue Jays side, they managed a series win versus the Braves this week, taking victories 5-3 Tuesday and 4-1 Wednesday. In the finale Thursday, Toronto posted a nice 8-4 victory. The Jays managed 13 hits in that one and scored 4 runs in the 9th inning. For the starting pitcher job on Friday, the Blue Jays will go with Steven Matz. So far this year, Matz is 5-2 with a 4.86 ERA and 37 strikeouts. He opened with a nice 4-0 run and a 2.31 record in April. The Blue Jays have quietly moved their way towards the top of the AL East standings over the last few weeks, and with a great weekend against the Phillies, have a chance at the top spot by Monday morning. Not only are the Jays competing within the division, but they are also eyeing their way towards the top record in baseball overall. Blue Jays fans have to be thrilled to see Vlad Guerrero Jr. take a step up in his development this year, leading the team with a .307 batting average to go along with 8 home runs and 26 RBI. The 8 home runs for him are tied for the team lead, along with offseason acquisition Marcus Semien and fellow young star, Bo Bichette. Velasquez has been getting better lately but still doesn't have the top-end pitches to get consistent outs against the Toronto offense. The Blue Jays offense is red-hot right now, and while the Phillies have been winning with their defense, the Blue Jays offense has been lighting it up. Between the contact they're able to produce, along with their power between 3 guys with 8 home runs on the year. My betting advice for that game is to pick Blue Jays. The Braves had won 5 of their last 6 games before getting swept by Toronto in their last series. They will try to get back on track with a win over the Brewers, which will snap their losing streak and move them within 3 games of the Mets in the NL East standings. Milwaukee got off to an excellent start this season, going 17-10 in its first 27 games. The Brewers then went on a 6-game losing streak, dropping 4 consecutive games at Philadelphia in that stretch. They bounced back with a series win at Miami, but they lost 2 of their 3 home games against St. Louis earlier this week. The offense was only able to score 5 total runs in that series. Milwaukee is currently 3 games back of the Cardinals and is in second place in the National League Central. The Brewers are number 28 offensively with a batting average of .214. The only consistent performer has been Acuna, who is not expected to play on Friday night. I can't trust the Braves lineup to get the job done without him. Freddie Freeman has not been able to match his MVP form from last season. Milwaukee has not been great offensively either. My first betting advice for that game is to pick Milwaukee. The Brewers are playing well at the moment and they've won 3 of their last 5 games. They will try to bounce back from their loss to the Cardinals with a win over the Braves, which will give them their 4th win in their last 6 games and move them within 2 games of the Cardinals in the NL Central standings. Milwaukee is averaging 3.76 runs per game. Their .214 batting average is 28th in the league. Their .299 on base percentage is 25th, while their .361 slugging percentage is 26th. The Braves will go with Drew Smyly. Over his 25.0 innings of work so far this year, Smyly has 26 hits, 22 runs, 17 earned, 9 homers allowed, 11 walks, 22 strikeouts, and a 6.12 ERA overall. Over on the Brewers side, they played 3 games versus the Cardinals this week. Milwaukee lost Tuesday 6-1, won Wednesday 4-1, and on Thursday the Brewers couldn't score on their 5 hits in a 2-0 loss. Starter Corbin Burnes went 5.0 innings with 1 earned in that one. In the Friday matchup, the Brewers are sending out Adrian Houser for the start. Across his 36.2 innings of work so far this year, Houser has 34 hits, 17 runs, 14 earned, 5 homers allowed, 11 walks, 31 Ks, and a 3.44 ERA. Atlanta has been struggling lately, and Smyly has been struggling along with them. In his last start, Smyly did well, but prior to that he had 10 earned over his previous 8.0 innings. My second betting advice for that game is to pick over 8. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.